So hello everyone. So we have a question over here by Rishi and he asks, what particular skills does one need to learn to get a job in ML AI? So in the field of AI and ML, since all the frameworks are there, what does an AI ML engineer do extra? Okay, so I'll be tackling the first question second and second question first because I think the answer to the second question is a little bit simpler. So since all the frameworks are there, what does an ML AI engineer do extra? So the problem is it's not the frameworks, it's a good ML AI engineer is not someone who knows how to use all these frameworks. A good engineer is one that can still give you results when these frameworks don't work. Okay, so these frameworks are there. Yes, they help you get stuff done really quickly? Yes. Do they hide a lot of complexities and just by giving you abstraction and API? Yes. But the thing is that when stuff is not working, that's when your capabilities matter, and that's why I'm super against all those things. That's why I never made a PyTorch Lightning. There's something called as PyTorch Lightning. I do not use it, I don't like it, and I will never make a video on it. Maybe if it is converted in such a thing, or it is converted by the, let's say, the programmers and the creators in such a way that it is actually something that is useful, I will definitely make a video. But as of now, I'll not be making a video on PyTorch Lightning. Why? Because it hides so many important things that are needed in order to implement your models and so many other things. So yeah, frameworks, definitely you should know all of them, because whenever you are in the company, whenever you are working on a project and your manager asks you to do something, you need to find the path of least resistance and deliver him a very good product. Because these things, generally frameworks are all tried and tested. Now, what are frameworks? Generally, whatever I am thinking is something kind of some tools that make your life easier as an AI/ML engineer. If you are saying PyTorch, definitely you have to learn PyTorch. Okay, but in some cases, when PyTorch is not going to help, where you have to implement things with NumPy, right? You have to use JAX, all those things. Well, that time you have to know all these things. Okay, there are times where you will need all these things. So I would say yes, do use frameworks, but you should also have good understanding of all these things. Now, coming to the first part of the question, which is which particular skills does one need to learn to get a job in the field of AI and ML? So skills is a very broad term, but I'll call it requirements. Okay, I'll call it requirements. So basically, I divide it into two. And then the first part is something that you have, let's say, that is technical. Okay. These are all technical skills. And these are something, I would say, I'll just call it non-technical. Okay. Non-technical. Now, my understanding and my experience in industry and teaching industry, everything has been that they are almost the same, but still this has a little bit more of a, so I would say this is 60% and this is 40%. However, 40% is not less. These things are important. So what is technical? These are your coding skills. Definitely this is something that is very important. You need to have that. So let's say you are from the, since we are talking about AI/ML, you should have good understanding of ML, obviously. So let's say sklearn and other things. And then also you also need deep learning, obviously. So you should have PyTorch. You should also have TensorFlow. I have both, but I generally use PyTorch because I have seen the industry is mostly picking up on PyTorch now. Even though TensorFlow still, if you go to Google Trends, you see TensorFlow is still winning. But it is my understanding that PyTorch is going to win at the end. I'll be making another video where we will be discussing what is going to be the future between PyTorch and TensorFlow and whether we should be learning that. But I would say learn both, obviously. Okay, then computer vision and text and all those things are obviously there. And apart from that, you should also, in my opinion, okay, you should also have understandings of microservices. Okay, so you should know Golang, and some amount of DevOps is also needed, even though it's not like it's not very much connected, because microservices is something that I think is much more important, because in DevOps you don't really need programming. But whatever, but I was talking about DevOps, right? So Kubernetes and Docker, all those things are important. However, the idea is these things are purely technical, right? These things are purely technical, which means if you study, if you work hard, you will get it. But I think there is one more area that a lot of people neglect when they are thinking about jobs. Since these are non-technical things, mostly not in your control. One is recession. The economy is not in my control, right? It's not in our control. But does economy hurt or even benefit you at times when it comes to jobs? Yes, it's going to do that. Okay, so recession is something that is happening all over the world. There is no, I don't see an end to it. You see so many times that that X company is laying off 10,000 employees, and Y company is laying off, I don't know how much, 5,000 employees, and so on and so forth. Okay, now people do make their arguments. Oh, these people, these people are from the developed countries where it's a lot costlier to hire people, and hire people who are going to do the jobs, and that's why most of the firing is going to happen from developed countries. Some people say, most of this firing is going to happen from higher management, because they are more costlier to the company, and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm not getting into all of those things. So basically what I'm saying is that job market also depends on what skills you have. Let's say your level of skills. I'm not talking about coding skills and all, I'm talking about people skills, right? Do you have connections? Very, very important. One thing after coming into the industry is I have understood is that, you might have heard, I'm sure you might have heard, network is net worth. I think this is very important. I think this is very, very important. One thing after coming into the industry for and staying here for some time, I have understood that this is very, very important. There are other things as well which I don't want to get into. Okay, so it depends on your as I said, connections. It depends on the projects that you are willing to take. Let's say you are ML AI engineer and you have to go to do something that you don't have an expertise on. Are you willing as a person to make that change? Because that change is not going to be very, very easy. It's not going to be easy. Okay, trust me, I have done that. I know, but in the long run, that helps, because you already know ML AI, and you are also learning something else. So let's say here, I can put cloud, and then these two is going to form a formidable component in your CV or resume. Okay, so what are the skills? I would say adaptability is a skill over here. Adaptability. Now a lot of people are adaptable, a lot of the people are able to cultivate this, a lot of people are, maybe they are having trouble with this. It depends. So I think skills, connections and people skills is very, very important, because mostly what I have seen is that when a person enters into a company, 60%, yes, it's technical skills, but 40% again is his or her understanding between the employers and the employee. Employers and employee, the understanding between them. Is he able to convince the employer that he is a good pick or not? Okay, he or she. So how to get a job? Well, you have to work on both the things. Okay, I would say having a second income is definitely important, because in this time of recession, and when things are very highly unpredictable, there needs to be something that's going to be at your back. It's going to hold your back once situation is bad. Okay, so I think that helps. Please, there's one request from my side to everyone. Please feel free to ask questions. It really helps me a lot, because it literally gives me a new video title, and I don't have to waste so much of time just thinking about what is going to be the next video title. Okay, so it really helps me, and I try to give my best, so that even I am able to share my knowledge with you, and your question is answered, and that when you ask a question and I make a video, there are people in this comment in the comment section that give different kind of opinions, and it's going to help you, the one who has asked the question, a lot. Yes, my channel is not that big, but definitely we are working on it. It's something in progress, and I expect we will be becoming a big channel. Hopefully, I'm not giving any timeline, but if we just continue on the right path, definitely we are going to make something big out of it. So I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and bye.